Hello and welcome to ADemonicShadow's review and trophy review of Limbo. This very amazing, no one tells you anything about it game about you, a boy moving to the right. Not the left, the right. So initially, this is, of course, an indie game that was released onto the PS4. That was initially on the PC first, ported over. It's about you playing a boy with two white eyes moving to the right, because I can see to the left. And it's very weird with this game, as this game initially doesn't have any cutscenes. It doesn't have any type of dialogue or anything like that, but it still has a lot of controversies on what's actually going on in this game. Now, you play as a boy. I believe his name is called Limbo. I think it's actually that's even still up to debate on what this kid's actual name is. And as you can see here, it does have necessarily grabbing controls and stuff like that. You necessarily interact with the environment. You're able to like swing, push, pull, activate switches, and all that sort of things. And this help you navigate and proceed and progress through the world that is Limbo. And it's pretty cool how you necessarily interact. They make a unique way to interact with the areas. Some of the times it's timed. Some of the puzzles are timed. Some are literally puzzles that you necessarily have to solve, and they could be they could be even combinations of both. They are puzzles that are also timed. They necessarily don't get too complicated to where you're spending like an hour or so in one area, but some of these puzzles, and necessarily this game itself, will cause you to die a lot until you find out where it is, what to do. And this game also doesn't hold your hand and set up some of the stuff is purposely set up to have you fail and have you die when you're doing it for the first time, which is pretty cool because it necessarily doesn't be cheap. If you pay attention and know what's going on and everything like that, you can go through this game without dying. Of course, that's going to take a few dozen tries, and you will have to know this game by heart and how to do that. You have these traps here. Shit. Died. But of course, you're gonna die a lot in this game, so you're necessarily gonna get used to it. It brings you back pretty much, 5, as you can see, pretty quick. Load screens pretty quick on where you died at, so you can go ahead and rejoin and try again. So that way, you're not too frustrated on your death, as you'll be back where you started from. That's honestly pretty much the game. It's an indie game, so it's not too long. You're not going to be playing it for 20 hours before you beat the game or anything like that. But I really do appreciate what they did here, especially after beating the game, reading all the theories that people have on the game and what's going on, what the game really means. Honestly, that's pretty much it. Go to the right. You go to the right, progress, solve puzzles, don't die, but you'll end up dying lots of. It's pretty cool. Some of the deaths are and it does get pretty weird, because like as you get to the end of the game, spoiler alert, it gets more mechanic, because as you see here, I'm kind of exploring the woods, but as you get to the end of you get more into a machine type area, more mechanic type area, with machines, gears, and all that jazz. So it was really weird outlook of the game. I didn't, you know, when I first played it, I didn't think I would end up in an area like that. But it necessarily didn't take anything away from the game, if that's necessarily what you're thinking. Going to look platform. Definitely worth playing though. Definitely worth trying out. You know, definitely not the best game in the world, but it's one of the hidden gems, I would say. Necessarily didn't get as popularized as I think it should have been, because this is really unexpected, of course, from a game like itself, where there was so little, you know, offered, but still gave so much. You know, even with just playing the game multiple times, just finding out what's going on. And that's necessarily what I do cherish about, appreciate about this game, and necessarily the makers, is they were surprised on how popular the game got. They didn't think they would be able to, you know, get so much fame to where it got ported over to, you know, PlayStation, Xbox. But that was a pretty much short review. You know, nothing too special, and then too lengthy on Limbo. So we're just gonna be going ahead and moving on to the trophies for Limbo. Very simple, actually. So, honestly, if you don't care about trophies, you can go ahead and bounce. So there are 13 trophies to this game. One of them is a secret, and all of them but one, or at least all of them but two, are collectibles. And they're necessarily just collectibles in a different way. At the very beginning of the video, I got the first one, which is the trophy. If I didn't already have the trophy, I would have gotten the trophy the wrong way, which is that's not right, because you necessarily have to go, you know, right to progress and not left. So there's that. I've already passed another one, which is attitude, which is flooring off the ground for another collectible. It's stuck. Prepare a dry landing for another collectible. Herbal exploration involves heavy lifting. Another trophy, alone in the dark. Need the anthropod. Don't pull the leather just because you can, for another trophy. Backtracking by the crates for another trophy. Collectible. Guide by sparks. The crate is the key. Underground path. For vertical pathway for another collectible. Don't let gravity keep you down for the going up trophy. And there is where credit is due. Perversation has its own reward. God, I can't pronounce it. That is necessarily for just beating the game. Not anything special. There's no like good ending or bad ending. Just beat the game. You have no point in dying. This trophy right here will be the one trophy you will spend the most time doing, as it is complete the game in one sitting with 5 or less deaths. So if you die 6 times, or if you quit the game, either going to the main menu or doing anything that quits the game, that will void out the trophy and you will not get it. In order to once again get no point in dying, what I recommend doing is playing the game for the first time, just playing the game. Once you beat it, play it again. Once you beat it the second time, use the chapter select, because there's chapter select to go back on the parts where you think are the hardest, and the parts where you need to practice on, and make it to where you can go through it at least 5 times. I would suggest at least 5 times without dying. And then even the last part of the game, because that's where it's the hardest at, try going through that part without dying. Maybe once or twice, and then I think at least that's what I did, for being ready to take on that trophy for no point in dying. Last trophy, the secret trophy, which is Ding. Once you get all the collectibles, this does not include where credit is due for beating the game and no point in dying for beating the game with 5 or less death. You can get the secret trophy, which is Ding, running you off to get nowhere. That is where you have to navigate in the complete dark. There is some light, and you will have to use sound and what's barely showing to you to navigate through the area and find this one. You can possibly do it on your own without having video help. Of course, there are videos to help you. I would suggest at least attempting to do so after you beat the game as your last trophy to get, so that way you're pretty much an expert at the game, because that makes it that much more thrilling when you try to get that trophy on your own. And it's naturally not too hard. These trophies aren't really that hard, not even all that time consuming. Honestly, I would say probably 10 hours, 10 to 15 hours to necessarily get the platinum if you just played the game the first time on your first playthrough. But that was pretty much it. That's Limbo's review and trophy review. You know, it's an indie game, not a lot of trophies, not all that hard, not all that time consuming. I do want to thank you for listening. You can go ahead and support if you want to support me. All my links for my Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, that jazz are down in this below. Yeah, Maddie. Oh god, he killed me. Well, alright.